Hello everybody! So for today's video I thought let's do a makeup tutorial. Since the last two videos have been all about product reviews, let's do something more beauty related. And with Easter coming up and it's springtime, I've just created a really quick, easy, minimal makeup look that you can do Easter morning when your house is chaotic with Easter bunnies and baskets and Easter outfits and pictures. Just something that you can put together really quickly and feel fresh and light like spring and still have time to spend with your family Easter morning. Also, just a really good springtime look. I've been wearing it a lot lately when we've been outside in the beautiful weather, and I've just been loving the fresh feel that it has, and I don't feel like I'm wearing a ton of makeup. So yeah, let's get started. So first thing I'm going to do is use this Maybelline New York Fit Me Concealer, and this has been all over YouTube. And I bought this a few weeks ago and talked about it in a drugstore haul, and I have been loving it. I've been wearing it every single day, and I've just been really impressed with this concealer. Concealer is usually something that I splurge on. I like to buy more high-end, but this concealer I have been really impressed with. So I'm just gonna put it like over spots that I see and cover up any redness because I'm not wearing any foundation. I just want to make sure I've covered everything up. And my cheeks are usually more red than usual. So then I'm also going to use my Maybelline Lumi Stick, which I've talked about a ton in all my videos, and I am just going to mix that in between the concealer. Oops. I used to use this Lumi Stick just as my concealer, and then I realized that I should probably be using a real concealer. So I like to just mix the two, and to do that I'm just going to use my Beauty Blender, and I did not wash it, I'm so sorry. And I'm just going to go in and blend the two, and you can just see how they just kind of blend together, and I just really love the way that these two mix together. Maybelline has made some rockin' concealer products, and then you can see that I've just kind of put the Lumi highlighter stick in places where I would want to highlight my face. So after I've blended all that in, I'm just going to go over the top with the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and I have been loving this as well. I talked about it in my drugstore haul couple weeks ago, so I've been using it and I absolutely love it on its own, but over top of my tinted moisturizer I don't love it so much. It just looks really cakey, but I tried it one day by itself because I was running out of time. I just didn't have time to put on my tinted moisturizer, and I really liked it, and I really like it over the Fit Me concealer. So from there, I have now neutralized my face, everything, the redness is out, and I'm just going to go in and do like a mini contour and with some blush. And to do that, I'm going to use my e.l.f. contouring palette that I talked about also in my drugstore haul. And I know people don't always contour every single day, but I feel like when you've neutralized your face, you want to go in and like bring all that back in. You want to bring back in that color, so that's where like contouring and blush is going to be really beneficial. So to do that, I'm just going to go right under my cheekbone with the bronzer on both sides, and then I'm going to go in like a C shape around my forehead and around my temples, and then I'm going to just go under my neck, all with the bronzer. So you can already see my cheekbones look a little more defined. So now I'm just going to put the blush right on top of that, but I don't want to come too far down. I see people putting blush always like right here. You want to stay up this way. And I'm using that same brush to do that. From here, I'm going to do my eyebrows, and please excuse the crazy hairs that I have on my eyebrows. It has come to my attention that my eyebrows are not as far in as they should be, that I've been plucking them too much. Whoopsies. And so I've been growing them out. So I've got these like crazy hairs. So sorry about that. And I'm going to use the Maybelline Define-A-Brow. And to brush out my eyebrows, I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz Spoolie. That's just because I have it. You can use any spoolie. The spoolie just brushes out your eyebrows, and then it also takes away the color of the brow pencil. Like if you've done too much, it will soften those lines that you've created. So I'm just using a really light hand when I'm applying this brow pencil. I just want it to look as natural as possible. And if you mess up, you can just take the spoolie and wipe it off. Okay, so my brows are done, and I know I don't have the best eyebrows. I'm working on growing them out, so sorry. From here, I'm just going to do my eyes, and I'm going to be using my Naked 2 palette for all of this, but I'm using all the very neutral colors in this, so you can, I'm sure you have a palette that has these colors. So first, I'm just going to use the vanilla color called Foxy, in this palette, and it's just the first one in it right here. And I'm just going to put this all over my eyelid. I just like to do this because I feel like it neutralizes my eyelid. And the next color I'm going to use is called Booty Call. Booty Call. Just kidding, guys. Booty Call. And it's just this really light shimmery color. Like a creamy, pinky shimmery. And I'm just going to put that all over my eyebrow. And I've seen people get their brush wet and do that to make it more pigmented, but I don't have time for that. I don't feel like doing that. So I'm going to start on the inside of my eye and then just go all the way over. The thing I'm going to do is contour my eye just to make it pop a little bit more, and I'm going to use this Tease color, which you can tell I love, in the palette, and it's just a brown color. You can use any brown you have, and I'm just going to work in a circular motion in this crease on the outside and then just down here. Okay, then I am going to curl my eyelashes, and I don't do this every day because this thing is scary and I hate using it, but for this look I want my eyes, wow. See, I almost poked my eye out. I just want my eyes to look very awake, so I'm gonna go ahead and curl them. And I'm not a pro at this, so if I'm doing it wrong, just shh, don't tell me. I'll figure it out. Ow! See, I like pinched my eye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I'm going to use my everyday L'Oreal Voluminous Million Lashes, and I'm just going to do a quick sweep of my eyelashes. I don't want spidery eyes or really intense eyelids, so I'm just going to focus on the base and sweep up. Alright, so pretty much all done. From here you could leave it, but I think it just looks really nice with a lip, so I'm just going to take my concealer, put it over my lips, and then dab it in with my Beauty Blender. This is just going to neutralize my lips because they look really red today. They've been a little chapped. And it is going to make the lipstick go on a lot easier and make that color pop. So I'm going to be using Revlon Siren, and it's a lot bolder of a lip, but if you want to do something more calm, it would look great with this lip as well. I've done a neutral lip and just like a sheer lip gloss, but I just think it looks really great with this color, so I'm going to do that one. Okay, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed it and that it makes getting ready this Easter Sunday that much easier, or it's just a great springtime look you can use over the next couple months. I've really been enjoying it as we've been outside in this beautiful weather. It's just nice not to have a ton of makeup on, but still feel put together. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!